Junto Nicaragua.
Guys, it's my last night in Nicaragua, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been praying for me and for the kids here in the US, in Spain, in Australia. I am so grateful to you, and for everyone who has given. I haven't been able to get online to sort of say thank you properly, but I just want to sincerely say how grateful I am personally, and all the kids here are, the kids we have in our program in the US and Spain and whatnot. We all would like to just say thank you so much for giving to us and believing with us for the people of Nicaragua. I've had a hairy few days coming in via bus from San Salvador. It was a challenge, and then we went to the embassy. Unfortunately, most of our kids were rejected for their visa. Just me and two of the kids had their visas approved. And so I really kind of feel like it's God's plan that we go to Europe. We send these kids to Europe. So I'm just going to ask that you would pray for us as we step out in faith in this direction. And also, if you would like to give, we would be so grateful for that. This has always been something we have been going to do, and so now I suppose in a way it's kind of fast-tracked. In a sense, it was delayed for a time because of the crisis in Nicaragua, but now we really believe is the time for us to head into Europe, and then from there we plan on going to Northern Africa, the Middle East, Eastern Europe, to the Stan countries, and further afield to the 1040 window to Asia, places like India, the Philippines, and Indonesia. So I'm going to ask that you keep praying for the Nick Evangelists in America, and they have carried on the work without me being there, so it's been a time of development and training for Johnny especially, but for all of our leaders there. And the guys in Spain, Eliezer Lorenzi, doing their Bible school, their Bible core course with Youth with a Mission, YWAM, and Mixel doing his discipleship training school, his DTS. I ask that you would continue to pray for the kids here who are a little bit despondent because of being rejected for their visas, and they feel like it's kind of the end of the story, but it is not the end of the story. It's in fact the very beginning of the story. So I ask you to continue to pray for them. I'm going to take you on a tour of our house. We're going to get this place going again. We want the kids to be here. We want to have youth group. We want to have camp. We want to be a place of refuge. But we need some help. So we are going to have camp in December, and we want to invite all the church groups that we regularly visit or have visited in the past. We want to invite you to Nicaragua to come and help us run the camp. That's the first thing. The second thing is our house, the compound is falling apart. And so I'm going to take you on a little bit of a tour. It's night. I'm about to go to the airport to catch my plane for Denver. But this is very important that we do this. So over here we have the pump, which provides us with water, and that is actually broken down. Here we have, this is like our studio. This is where most of the work gets done. You can see the house needs painting. You can see there are holes in the roof because of the tricking. Kids accidentally sometimes kick the ceiling, and so we have a ton of bats living up there, so we really need to have that repaired. Things like this, we have holes in the wall. It wasn't done on purpose. We've never had anyone sort of break anything here in anger or anything like that. And so if you look up here, there's another instance of a hole in the ceiling, and that has been caused because of there was like a mini hurricane forming, and it took off bits of the roof. So now we have essentially we have holes in the roof, we have holes in the ceiling, we have holes in our wall.
This.
You can see up here the gutter's falling down. We need to, it's moldy and whatnot, so we need to replace that. Come with me to the pool shed. This pool is like a lifesaver in Nicaragua. They have flash flooding, and I personally know of people who have died from flash flooding. So we give bikes away at Christmas time, and that helps us to have a community that is more mobile, and we know that kids aren't robbed or raped and stuff on their way to and from school. But we also have the pool where kids come and learn how to swim, and we have hundreds of kids in this pool every single day. So it's very important that it's always clean, and that it's in good repair. So over here you can see we have the bathroom for the kids to use, and the door is completely smashed off.
They're alive.
There's a light?
Yep.
Okay. And the bathroom's just kind of run down, so we really want to give that a facelift. Come with me into the house. We have our kitchen, and it's in pretty good repair. We just need to do some things like replace some tiles and stuff. Here is the hub of operations. This is where Shamir lives, and we would like to put up mosquito nets and change these windows and make this room a little bit more comfortable. A lot of the lights are not working. These fans need servicing. You can see buckets on the floor in the wet season, which is sort of 4 or 5 months of the year. It rains, and as I said, with that hurricane forming, we lost a bit of our roof, and so now the ceiling is all moldy. We've got rooms where the younger kids sleep, and unfortunately the beds are a bit broken, and this place needs a good paint. Got a bathroom here for the kids, and this also needs a bit of help, the toilet and whatnot. And then we have another room which just needs a bit of a paint. In my room you can see there is a hole in the ceiling, there is mold, so we need to paint that. The walk-in cupboard, which is actually more like storage space and office stuff. I don't really have anything. This has a...
Stop. I don't know. Look at this. Low battery.
Okay.
Oh.
It's still recording. So this shower has a heating element on it, and we don't want that. It's sort of caught on fire, and so we are happy to all take cold showers. This toilet seat is broken. The sink's filthy, but that just needs cleaning.
The fountain? Talk about it.
And then up here, we used to have, this is like an open area, so it rains, and there used to be sort of a cover that went the whole way around. So now, when it rains and that's not there, water just pours onto the floor in our house, and it becomes very dangerous when the kids are walking around. This fan is working, but it's very slow, so it needs servicing as well. We have Lorenzi's room, and I know there's holes in the roof in there, but she has the keys. We haven't been in this room for 2 years, so there's probably boa constrictor snakes and other wild animals living in there. We've got another little kid's bedroom and bathroom, which just sort of generally needs a bit of a facelift.
The hole in the roof.
And of course, because of the water damage, as I've mentioned, there was mold, and that sort of part of the ceiling just sort of fell off. A lot of the lights here, they need to be repaired. sort of more holes in the roof and the ceiling.
Hang on a second.
And here we have a light which no longer works and we need that for security. We've also got this basketball net which needs to be replaced. And now I'll show you the casita where the big boys live. And so yeah, so all the windows need replacing. This ceiling was actually falling down, so we need to have that reinforced. And then in this room, you can't see because the lights don't work, but the ceiling fell down and a part of the roof is missing. So now rain just pours in here at night. And the kids have had to sleep in here in those conditions. Another room, same sort of thing.